Oh man. All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back. We are live and direct from the belly of North Carolina, and we are here presenting another episode of your favorite nerdy podcast, where we talk about everything pop culture, but especially comic books, movies, anime, and sports. That podcast being Comic.
X Weaver! Ha! Ha! Ha!
I'm your co-host James, aka Comics for Cheap, aka hashtag Send It to James, aka I don't got another AKA this week. And I got my co-host here with me.
It's your boy Chris, aka come on Dino, hit me with the music. Black Santa, acknowledge me, revere me, aka Look, I am also sad Santa because how my Yankees let me down, how my Lakers are currently letting me down, how the Giants just suck. Who even cares? But I am also happy Santa because you're talking to AKA promoted Santa.
Oh man.
So that feels pretty damn good.
That's right.
But last and not least, AKA super.
Uh-huh.
Well, what? Well, what? Cold. Something sponsored something. Yeah.
What? Unsullied since 2021. That's right.
Damn,
that's us.
there we go. What he just said.
Hit that like button for us. Whether you're live or on the replay, we appreciate you taking some time and hanging with us. Always drop a comment. We'll always get to you. But we're chilling. We're talking about everything. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. We even have some trailers going up for this episode, and we're gonna try to squeeze it all in under 90 minutes, and we'll see how that works out. But we kick it off with sports every week, and let's kick it off with some sports. What do we got this week, Chris?
Man, we were talking a little bit about some things behind the scenes, but I guess we actually got to talk about this first, man. We had the Bills and the Bengals, two of our teams that we picked to be in the Super Bowl and playoffs.
Two of the teams.
And all this stuff.
That's right. The MVP you picked and the MVP I picked.
Yeah.
And you're right. The team you picked for the Super Bowl and the team I picked for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
How'd that work out?
Not good on my end.
Josh motherfucking Allen did not show up, unfortunately. Yeah. But Joe Burrow, it seems like he's clicking. He's scrambling more. Looks like his injury has healed. He's back to moving. He's looking a lot more comfortable.
Yep.
Back to just like, Joe Cool, where he's just nice and chill and tossing it downfield and making the plays happen, extending the plays when he needs to. Meanwhile, Josh could not cut through the defense to save his life.
It's bad because one, he can kiss MVP goodbye. He's definitely not in an argument for that anymore. And
not at 5-4.
No, and just not the way he's playing. He is not getting the job done. And I don't know if it's the pressure, but there is something that's not right. That team is too talented to be 5-4.
Yeah.
They're too talented to be that. And this guy, for the longest, to the last really couple of years, you've been hearing more Joe Burrow, but it was Josh Allen who was supposed to be Patrick Mahomes' biggest rival. And that's not looking like the case at all.
Nope.
And it's so sad because the last, really before last year, a lot of his playoff runs was really good. but last year was bad, and this whole season has been the ultimate up and down. And it's just something that's just not clicking. You're hearing all this stuff about him and Stephon Diggs getting into this, and Stephon not controlling himself on the sidelines. And
he's definitely not controlling himself on the sideline.
And his biggest thing is he's saying he's just upset because he wants to win. And, I can understand a lot of that, especially if you're looking out there. And he's not going to say it out loud because he can't, because it's just horrible. But if you're out there sitting there and you're just like, this guy is supposed to be that guy, but he's one of the biggest reasons why we're losing. His terrible decision making, and he's obviously, if Josh Allen makes mistakes and messes up, Stephon can't do anything. He's just a receiver. I can understand frustration, but I do think he needs to control himself a little bit better on the sidelines. But still, man, this is killing me, man. It's just been that's why a lot of the sad Santa. I don't want him to be here, but he can be here for a little while. Because there's stuff like that. That's just a damn shame, man.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely weird to see him playing like this, especially when he really hasn't lost too many of his weapons. The team is I'm not gonna say exactly the same, but it's pretty much the same as it was last year. And so I just don't know if people have just figured him out. They're just used to, because at a time he was like the big boy quarterback. He's 6'5", he's like 250 or 240 or whatever the heck they weigh him in at. So he's a big boy, and he can run pretty quickly. And for a while that was throwing defenses, but maybe they figured it out at this point.
I think a lot of it's his bad decision making. There's interceptions that he throw where I'm just sitting there like, bro, I wouldn't even throw that shit on Madden. Like, what are you doing? It's like honestly, he's more Brett Favre than anybody I've ever seen. Yeah. And you could take the good with that, but Brett Favre's biggest issue was his turnovers.
Mm-hmm. Vinyl's in the house. What's up, Vinyl Dragon? He says, "Sweet Christmas. How is everyone doing? Time to sit back and sip on that grape soda."
Damn right. My man, that's why me and Dragon get along so damn well. He understands how the world works right there.
That's right. That's right.
Good old grape soda. Make sure you take another sip for your boy who got promoted at his job.
That's right.
Manager position. So make sure you take a few more sips for your boy.
Happy Santa.
Happy Santa. That's where the happy Santa come back in. But then the sad Santa comes back in because, we're still talking about Josh Allen punk ass.
Look, speaking of Madden, though, he was on the cover this year, yeah? You got the Madden curse.
Oh my God, the curse!
You forgot about the curse.
Oh, no, the Madden curse, man. And
Madden
so
curse.
Funny, he was talking all that shit. So he's like, I'll never be on Madden because it's not like 2K and blah, blah, blah. The old football with 2K 2K4, I believe it was. He's like, I'll never be on Madden, blah, blah, blah. And then look, I guess that money changed his mind, huh?
Yep. And he's suffering now because of it. He's got the curse.
Got the curse, man.
John Madden is laughing with his bowl or his belly like a bowl full of jelly up there in heaven.
Bars.
And, yeah, that's right. That's right.
See, this man trying to be on Super Bowl's album right here.
Night Before Christmas bars. Yeah, he's just, John Madden's like, you fucked up, Josh. You got on the cover, you done.
He's done. He's done. I still gonna believe in my boy. Season ain't over yet, but God knows it ain't looking that good. But you know what is looking good? My other pick, them Eagles. They're handling their damn business.
That's true. Whooping up on the Cowboys. Turning Dak Prescott into a meme this week where they flipped him on his head, and then everyone superimposed like the Undertaker just dropping him, which was fucking hilarious. Oh my God, dude, I'm fucking dying watching these memes where they're just like the people who do this shit are so fast too, because like within minutes they had it where it was like the video shot or whatever where he flips and then like the NFL player disappears and Undertaker steps up, grabs him, and fucking drops him. Bro, I'm fucking dying. This shit's so funny. It's so funny.
It is. It is like these guys just sit there with their computer ready to be like, it's time to make a meme if anybody does something. Let's just keep flipping channels, see which one is doing what. Got one, and just types that shit in right in there and just hits that play. And it's like, damn, the game ain't even over yet. Matter of fact, the play just happened like 10 minutes ago, and there's already what the hell? How quick is your editing? Like, I mean, man, it is funny though. But luckily, and a good thing is he was okay, so it'll make it easier to make these little jokes and everything. Even though they don't.
Yeah, he's all right. Yeah,
but he was good to go.
But he's all right.
Yeah, man, the Eagles are handling their business, man. They're doing pretty good, man. You know,
even with the refs trying to hand them a touchdown there at the end too. You see that,
man? You know,
they were on like their own 20.
Yeah.
And the ref blew like 3 whistles. All of a sudden, they're on the 10-yard line. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? I was like, bro, they really want the Cowboys to win this game, huh? And they still couldn't get it in. Dak Prescott doing Dak Prescott thing, stepping out of bounds, even though there wasn't a defender close to him.
That's Zach. Like, I mean, it's like a sitcom right there. There's Zach. I mean, that's what he's gonna do, man. Like Dak is gonna be Dak, and he's gonna run out of bounds. He's gonna throw an interception when you don't need him to. He's going to have a fumble when you don't need him to. I mean, that's what he's best at. He's the perfect cowboy. Like, seriously, he's the perfect cowboy player because that's what the Cowboys are. When you need them to fuck up, they will. When you don't need them to fuck up, don't worry, they're going to fuck up. Like, that's what they are, and that's exactly what he is. That's why, to me, when they're like, who's the perfect cowboy of all time? Dak Prescott. Because he does exactly what they're supposed to do. He is the face of the Cowboys in so many ways. So, I mean, hey, man, I expect him to fuck up. So, that's why they'll never win anything. And when they do eventually win something, that's when the world's going to end. Because the Cowboy fans are going to, oh my God, it's going to be too much.
I'm worried because Cowboys are about to go off on like a few terrible teams, bro.
Yeah, that's what makes it better for them. They got an easy schedule coming up. While the Eagles,
they got an easy schedule, bro. They got the Giants next week. They got the Panthers the week after that. And then they got do they got a bye after that? No, they got the Commanders the week after that.
They traded a lot of their best players too.
Bro, the league is just like, here you go, Cowboys. Like, why don't you just win some games? Then they got their bye. No, they play the Seahawks
coming up.
Yeah, so I think it's a bullshit. I'm not gonna be happy, but if there's some upsets that go on in the next couple weeks, then I'll be happy. But I'm still gonna be like, man, I gotta sit here and watch the Cowboys win for 3 straight weeks for real.
And then they're gonna talk all that shit. Then their fans are gonna be like, see, we're back, we're ready. We're gonna get this done. Super Bowl time. No, it ain't.
Super Bowl time. Bro, if the Panthers beat the Cowboys, oh my God. I'll lose my mind.
I know the Bears are like, you better not beat the Cowboys. Y'all better keep on losing.
Then they're gonna go to the Giants and be like, y'all better start fucking winning.
Y'all better start winning. Y'all better beat the Cowboys.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Oh,
but yeah, man.
In case y'all didn't know, we've been following how the Bears, since they have the Panthers' first round pick, that if the Bears and the Panthers are the 2 worst teams of the NFL this year, they get the top 2 picks.
Yeah.
And so right now they're tied. Well, the Panthers definitely are the worst team in the NFL, but the Bears are tied with the Giants for the second worst team. Mm-hmm. And the Panthers play the Bears this week. So the Bears should throw the game, hope that the Giants somehow squeak a win against the Cowboys.
Which is a divisional game. Never know.
It's a division game. You never know. And then it can all go back to normal where they can get the top 2 picks of the draft next year.
Yeah. Yeah. And then it's just like, man, the Bears will be in a great spot where Carolina will just be still in their same terrible situation they're in now.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah, there's no hope for Carolina.
It's no hope right now.
There's no hope.
Yeah, you want Cam back? You want them to bring Cam back?
No, I sure the fuck don't.
You don't want Cam
I
with his crazy outfits.
Sure fucking don't. Didn't he try to get back in with another team recently?
He been trying to get back with any team.
Yeah.
The problem is
like,
Cam Newton.
nah.
Like, it's too much scrutiny to bring him on a team.
Yeah. Yeah. It's Cam. Cam being Cam. Gotta get rid of him. All right. Anything else NFL wise?
No, I don't think so. Is there anything else on your end NFL wise? Anything special happen?
No,
I don't think so. No, I don't believe anything too crazy happened because the Chiefs squeaked by their win, but hey, they still won.
Yeah, squeak.
It is interesting though because Tua do need to get more big time wins because a lot of when he plays them big time games, they're losing, and he was the lead, and might still be the leading guy for MVP, but if he keeps losing to good teams that he needs to get wins over, he's gonna watch that slip away too.
Yeah, I mean, in that case, I think that Tyreek Hill should be the fucking MVP.
That's the thing. That's the hardest thing for a receiver to win MVP because the receiver position is so dependent on the quarterback. They're going to say, well, the quarterback is what got him there, but we all know the truth. Tua was looked at as a bust, and there was so many talks about him being out of the league soon, and they need to trade this guy, and he can't play. And then what changed? When he got Tyreek, and then all of a sudden, he becomes one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
You got Tyreek, you got Waddle.
You got Waddle.
You got that running back who's the second fastest dude.
Yeah, like that team is stacked offensively. Like there's no question about it. That's the most dangerous offense in the league. And I mean, don't get me wrong, like Tua's not a bum, no, but without those guys, Tua he wouldn't be a Dolphin, I don't think, anymore. Or he damn sure wouldn't be starting if those guys never showed up. They saved his career. So, yeah, I mean, personally, if I'm picking MVP, I'll probably say Tyreek Hill would be the MVP. But the way the NFL is, it would go to Tua.
Tua better be
only way Tyreek wins it. Tua would have, and I don't want it to happen because Tua's also his biggest fear is his injury history. But if Tua gets hurt, another quarterback comes in and they continue the momentum and Tyreek still continue to put up these numbers, he'll win MVP then. But that's just so
Tyreek's going to kneecap Tua in the locker room. Is that what you're saying?
Well, you better hope you got a quarterback who can come in and produce too, though. Because you take Tua out and the next guy who comes in is trash, then not only are you not have to worry about that MVP, your butts might get in the playoffs now. And then you have a whole other situation going on.
That's true. All right. Anything else sports-wise across the board, sports-wise?
To get it off, my Lakers are disappointing me. It's so sad to see the Celtics doing so well. But just killing my soul right now. One last quick thing, though. I do want to say this about LeBron. He said something that was interesting. He basically was saying that he would still be. Some people took it the wrong way, and at first I did too. But I'm happy I'm a guy who does research and actually look into the whole thing and don't just go off of one headline. The headline basically was saying that LeBron dismissed his time in Miami by basically the headline made it seem like LeBron was saying I would still be the exact same player if I didn't go to Miami. What he was saying was individually he would be the exact same player. But he did admit, which a lot of the headlines did not put in their article. Obviously, the headline didn't say it. And in the article, they seemed to not put it in there. LeBron did say he might not have as many rings, but he would be the same individual player if he didn't go to Miami.
Right.
I agree with most of that. Because when I first looked at what the headline and read a couple of articles, it made it seem like he was saying, I'll be the exact same, whether I went to Miami or not. Which is like, no, if you didn't go to Miami, you wouldn't be a top 3 player. You wouldn't be. Mm-hmm. You would have certain numbers, yes. You wouldn't have the championships. And your mentality, because Dwayne Wade did more than just help him win rings. Dwayne Wade warped him into a much more mature player. Not a mature person,
Right.
but a mature player. Because remember, that first year in Miami, and definitely a lot of that second year, Dwayne Wade was in every single press conference LeBron was in. He was right there next to him, molding him to be the killer that LeBron needed to be, at least the killer he could be. He would never be a killer like Michael or Kobe, but he can at least get something because LeBron had no killer instinct whatsoever. So at least Dwayne was helping him mold into that. And even after they lost to Dallas, Dwayne had to pull him to the side and say, hey, I need you to focus on being more of the scorer than me. Like, I need you to take over more. Don't worry about me. I'll be fine. This is what I need you to do.
Right.
So, like, Dwayne shaped him into that. And Miami and Pat Riley, they shaped him into certain things. So, I don't think he'll be the exact same player, but will he be the leading scorer? Yes. Would he be a guy with these great numbers? Yes. But he would not be a top 3 player of all time. He'll be a probably maybe top 5, maybe not, definitely 6, 7. But he wouldn't be the player he was if he didn't go to Miami. Because honestly, the best version of LeBron was in Miami. So just wanted to say that.
Okay. All right. There you go. Yeah, LeBron being LeBron. Your Lakers being disappointed though, huh?
Oh man, we got like blown out by the Magic. I'm just like, seriously, Orlando blowing us out now. Then we lost our next game, and it's just AD got hurt. But they said he's gonna be all right, but he's always getting hurt. I mean, LeBron out here killing it, but I'm just sitting here like he is wasting these nights. We just need to save this man, and he is wasting all this shit. Yeah, it's just
he's gonna start resting, taking that rest time that he needs.
He can't because AD ain't. He hurt. He ain't stuck. And I don't know where Gabe Vincent is. We got him from Miami. We lost to Miami. That same night when he talked about that stuff about Miami, we played Miami. We lost. It's like, damn, man. Emo Jimmy got the smile.
Emo Jimmy.
Sucks, man. Emo Jimmy got to be happy.
Damn it, Emo Jimmy.
That's all I'm saying, man. I want us happy. This sucks. But season just started. It's super early, obviously. I mean, literally, we're in the first month of the season. So it ain't time for panic time yet, but it's definitely some concerning stuff going on, but it's not panic time whatsoever.
All right, let's talk about some comic stuff.
Yeah, hell yeah.
We got a bunch of stuff going on. The Marvels is dropping on Friday. Cricket.
Yeah.
There have already been leaks of the post-credit scene, which is crazy. I'm not going to spoil anything if people are trying to go see it.
So we're not going to discuss it.
No, not this week at least. Maybe next week. Yeah, I think it would be silly to talk about it before the movie's even dropped in theaters. I'm concerned about it because the reviews already are not great, and allegedly it was like a $220 million budget that they're saying it's going to produce less than the Flash did, and not even crack 75 million in the box office. So we will see. We will see what happens, but I'm not going to go see it. I can tell you that. I'll wait for it to drop on Disney Plus in 3 months.
I've already said that myself too. I've already said I'm not going to see it, and I will be doing the exact same thing you're doing. It has been projected to be, and we've talked about it. It projected to be the lowest revenue from all the Marvels. I think they was even saying something for the Marvel movies. They was saying something about like Black Widow's gonna do it's gonna probably have better numbers and blah blah. I don't know, but I want to say this at least. If what happens in the post-credit scenes is true, do you think that's going to make more people want to go see it? Or do you think that's not going to matter?
I don't think it's going to matter. I don't think people are going to want to spend $15 a ticket to see a 1-minute scene.
I agree with that. I was feeling the same way. I was like, I don't think it's gonna matter. It's gonna be interesting, but I don't think it's gonna matter. I mean, it's just let's call it what it is. There's really nothing to be excited for this movie about. I
Yeah,
mean,
even the final trailer, I was like, did you see the final trailer?
I don't think I have.
Okay, so basically in the final trailer, they show a lot of flashbacks into Endgame,
Okay.
with like Thanos and Iron Man and everything, and then they're talking about in like the voiceover or whatever, talking about how his work will never go unfinished, and that people will still be searching for the stones. And then it made it seem in the trailer like they were multi-universe or multi-dimensional whatever people searching for stones in other dimensions to try to bring them into this dimension to use them. And I was like, but it canonically in Loki season 1, they talked specifically about how Infinity Stones from another universe won't work in a different universe.
And remember, I broke that down in detail for how it works in Marvel, and it's just in the comics, and it's the exact same way. Like,
Right.
as powerful as the Infinity Stones are, they're useless if you go to another universe.
If you're in another universe, because they were created by different stones.
Yes.
It's the different vibrational, however they explain it, like the vibrational wavelengths or the hertz that you're vibrating at. And it's just like, so either they're just setting up some fucking bullshit in this trailer, and they're just gonna try to fucking catfish you into seeing this movie, or like they're really just don't know what the fuck they're talking about in this movie. Yeah, exactly. They're just gonna fucking rewrite this whole bullshit, and all of a sudden, Infinity Stones are back in play.
Like,
which would be so stupid. Why are we going backwards?
Why are we going backwards? Well, honestly, the reason for them to go backwards is because look at what they've been doing going forward. They're probably feeling, look, man, we got to get some shit going. And I mean, this right here is a comment of like just how things are looking, and just, because we talked about it before, the rumors of Robbie Downey Jr. and I'm going to say Black Widow, Scarlett Johansson coming back to play their roles of Black Widow and Iron Man, them coming back, which, logically speaking, it would make tons of sense for them to come back. I've always said they're going to come back. When the Secret Wars and all that stuff, like, I think that movie could be so dope because of all the crazy stuff that they can actually do. The problem is how far away that shit is. Mm-hmm. Getting there is an issue. So now they're probably thinking like, man, how are we even just going to get here? Maybe we got to go back.
Yeah, I don't know. Speaking of Scarlett Johansson, though, apparently there is a secret Scarlett Johansson project in the works for the MCU, but Kevin Feige has said, in quotes, that it's unrelated to Black Widow, but I don't know if he's just trying to throw people off or what, but there is a secret ScarJo project in the works right now.
It's always so funny because remember when she left, she even came on an interview saying she doesn't want to work with them ever again, and all this bad blood, and money can change things, right?
She sued them.
Yeah, can't money change things? Huh? Money can change anything, can it?
Yeah,
it can
change my whole life.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Your biggest enemy become your motherfucking best friend, right? I swear, man, people. But no, yeah. So, what else are you gonna fucking use her for?
That's what I was saying. I was like, I don't know what you would do with her other than be Black Widow, but okay. Sure,
because this isn't like what happened with the whole Captain America, the Human Torch situation. Because one, Marvel was a whole different story. This was he was part of Fox when he was playing Human Torch and all this other shit. Yep. And like it was a whole different situation. They're not even the same. Like their continuity is not even in the same thing. So it's like that was then. It's so much easier to do that. Like for that situation. This is totally different. If you put her in another Marvel situation as another character, everybody's gonna be like, "But that's Black Widow."
Right. So, like, there's I think Kevin Feige either one, he's just trying to be like, it's not Black Widow, guys, but it is. Or
Stop the cap.
two, yeah, or two, it's not really going to be Marvel related, and he's saying that it is.
Yeah. Because I mean, unless it's some weird
or they're
shit
going to
where
start
it's
doing
like
some
it's
Elseworld
Marvel
shit.
related, but she's a director.
Oh yeah, there could be something like that.
Yeah.
They didn't specifically say that she'd be acting.
Yeah.
So I guess she could be a director on a project or writing a project or something like that. Yeah. Interesting. That's a good point. I like that.
But I'm sure she will be back as Black Widow, though, especially when things start to kick up. But again, it's like that movie is some years away. You're gonna have this movie come out, and let's say it does stick to what everybody's saying, the rumors and the bad reviews and all this other shit, and this movie bombs. How confident are you moving forward with the rest of the movies? Because you're having failure after failure after failure after failure. I mean, let's call it what it is. The only true success you apparently had was what? Spider-Man? Maybe Spider-Man for sure. And maybe Doctor Strange movie.
Doctor Strange did well. Guardians did well as well.
Oh, yeah, I forgot all about Guardians. So Guardians as well. But in terms of like the main thing, you would say Spider-Man and Doctor Strange. Because those are the ones that, at least for sure, all of their big things are moving forward. Where with Guardians, that's pretty much the breakup. And maybe one or two of those characters will still be moving forward. So, but everything else has been a complete failure. Pretty much. The only like other thing you could say, well, that was pretty good, was Shang-Chi. That was more of a surprise. But in terms of your big things that you was really looking forward to, like, Ant-Man, and that was supposed to be big, and that failed.
Yeah, Ant-Man was supposed to be big. Thor was supposed to be big. This is supposed to be big.
And this is already looked at to be a failure. And it hasn't even came out yet.
Correct.
You got all these failures. So it's like Blade is completely failed, and it hasn't even, we still got a sniff of a real release date for that shit.
Speaking of Blade, we got some news coming out about Blade. The new director of Blade has confirmed that it will be an R-rated film, which is a positive, in my opinion.
No, it's a big positive.
I see that as a positive, that we will actually have some horror factor, some vampire slaying action going on in Blade. So that's good. That's good news.
Because honestly, it was getting to this point where I really thought we was just, instead of having blood, we was going to have like pixie dust.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. When they explode, they just explode into glitter. What's up? Street food is good. He says, I hope they don't screw up Dr. Doom. Yeah, they better not screw up old Doomy.
I hope not, too, because I said it last week, and I'm like, in the grand scheme of things, Dr. Doom was the main big bad of the Secret Wars comics. So it's like, all right, it was never Kang. So if you want to go with Dr. Doom, yeah, that's fine. But this situation with Kang, especially because like we got the Loki stuff coming soon. What is it? Is it tomorrow? Is Loki tomorrow?
Yes, Loki is on Thursdays.
Okay. We got Loki coming tomorrow, and it's not just my theory. There's a lot of other people saying this too, but I did truly believe this on my own as well, that he's going to end up being like the keeper of time when it's all said and done, and it'll probably be his ass who ends up being the real thing that's putting together all this stuff to battle against Kang in the future. I really do believe that. Because just the way it seemed that it's setting up, and it would make sense if you look at what happened in the comics. He ended up going through time, and he ended up meeting an older version of himself who was dealing with time and everything. So they could be doing that same thing now. He could end up being the one who truly put everything together. Now, what we got?
Street Food said he's more excited for Invincible. we'll talk about Invincible here in a second. But since you brought up Loki, yes, it's only going to be 6 episodes, which means the episode tomorrow is going to be the finale.
Is the season finale, yeah.
This last episode, spoiler alert, if anyone hasn't seen it up to this point, this was by far, in my opinion, probably the greatest Loki episode that they have done yet, period. It was awesome.
Even from season 1, right?
Even from season 1.
I agree. Yeah,
it was so cool. A lot of people see when I was like, damn, that was really cool. And then I go online, which I don't know why I do this, but I go online, I'm reading some comments about this stuff. And everyone's like, oh, Loki sucks now. He's a fucking good guy. Like, oh, everything's soft and pussified in the MCU. I'm like, bro, this was like a masterpiece of an episode.
Yeah,
to show true character change and like growth of a character that we have loved since before Avengers 1, since fucking Thor. The first Thor 1 that we have liked this character. Yeah. And he has continued to be just great. And you just want him to stay the same? Just be the same fucking thing?
I'm going to tell you this. This is the problem. People talking about, oh, Loki's a good guy now. These motherfuckers don't understand the character. They don't even get, and I can use the comic version, but we'll just use the MCU version. I'm not even going to use the comic. We'll just use the MCU. So this way, I'm pretty much talking directly to these little punks. The situation comes to Loki's biggest thing is he didn't feel love. He didn't feel that anybody truly loved him. His whole thing is he wanted friends, real friends who actually cared about him. Now that he has that, it's changed his heart. He actually sees these guys as friends, as family, as people he wants to protect. That's what Loki's always wanted. So, of course, he's going to change. If he would have stayed the same as just some evil douchebag, then that would have been a problem. Then it would have been like, I personally don't even understand this character. But this is actually an evolution that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like the episode was phenomenal. And now that he has this new ability that he has found and he's able to control, Loki might be one of the most powerful beings in the MCU right now.
Which hell he should be, but yeah.
No, I mean like, he always was powerful.
No, I get what you mean.
But like now he's like for real God status. Like before it was like, yeah, he's God status, but like, is he, God of mischief, whatever, blah, blah, blah. He could be taken out by Hulk or Thor or whatever. But now he's like, nah, God status.
That's another reason why I feel that he's going to end up being like the true keeper of time when it's all said and done. And that's going to be very cool. You say you don't?
No, I'm with you. I was going to say, I feel like it was kind of building to that. And I was kind of thinking, it's because when he was like, I'm going to reestablish the TVA, in my head, I was thinking like, he's going to be he's going to be the one where it looks back on how everything happened, where he was responsible for the TVA to begin with.
Yeah, the whole thing is truly him.
Kang kind of took over. And then when but now I don't. Now I'm having a problem seeing where they're going to bring Kang back into this if it hasn't been, because I know he's gonna go back in time to like right before Kang dies or dies, but I still think that like Kang was kind of absorbed by the timeline, so he's like kind of everywhere. So it's gonna be interesting to see what they do with Victor in this finale. I know they're gonna leave it on some kind of crazy cliffhanger, and I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah.
But I would rather that than it to be a soft ass episode. So I'm excited to see it, but I know I'm gonna be angry at the end of it regardless. Just because I'm really like, no, I want to know what happens next.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think it's gonna be an awesome episode for sure. But I'm probably gonna be just as angry as you. Like, oh, come on, man! I wanted more. I'll be sitting there looking at the clock the whole time, like, oh God, it's about to be over. No, but I do think it's gonna be really cool, and Kang is gonna play a huge factor at the end of that episode for sure. It is gonna, I mean, gosh, and this is also apparently the scary thing about it because of the situation that's going on in real life. if you have him play a certain role, how is that going to affect things moving forward if you are trying to get rid of him?
Here's my thing.
Or
like,
not going to keep
if we're really going to have this issue where, you know, Marvel or Disney or whatever is looking at Jonathan Majors and just like can't get over the fact that like that he's in these allegations and he's going to court, going to trial. Dude hasn't even been proven guilty yet, and they're already like talking about this shit. But
I understand why, though. I understand why you can't.
Yes,
like he
I get it.
Yeah,
I get it, but I'm just saying, whatever happened to being innocent before proven guilty, I don't know. But anyways,
okay.
Anyway, they recast Rhodey. They recast Edward Norton. They recast a couple other people where it was just like, what? I understand you don't want to recast Black Panther. Just fucking recast Majors as Kang if it's like this big of an issue. Why are we just scrapping the character? Just fucking like, all right, recast him, bro. Like, I get that Majors is amazing. I still hold that he should play the character and they should just continue with what's going on, regardless of what's going on in his personal life right now. Unless he ends up going to jail, in which case, relook at it. But just fucking recast him, bro.
I mean, you know, I've always felt about recasting. I thought it was, honestly, I personally thought it was disrespectful to Black Panther for him not to be recast. I mean, I'm sorry, but, you know, it was sad and, you know, RIP and all, but he is not the de facto Black Panther. Like, it's not how that works. There's no such thing. Like, there's been how many Supermans, how many Batmans? I mean, and those are more iconic characters than Black Panther is. I'm sorry. So if they can be recast, anybody can be recast. It's not the end of the world. Now, the one thing when it comes to this one, though, Kang is way more important than freaking, I'm forgetting his name, a War Machine. So recasting him doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things, where this is supposed to be your Thanos of as of right now. Like, he's supposed to be your ultimate big bad. So I'm with you. You could still recast him. Me personally, I would just.
Dude looks purple, and he's got makeup, CGI, and a costume. It's not like we're looking at, you know, how Black Panther, you know, when he's not in the costume, it's not like he looks different. It's not like, you know, War Machine, he looked different. Kang looks different every time you fucking see him on screen. He's a different fucking person. Ramatut, you know, Immortus, Kang himself, they're all different anyway. So under the makeup and the costumes and everything,
I mean,
I would recast him, bro.
I would just have Doom kill him. I would just have whoever's playing Doom, he would be the one to take him out and just take over from there, which honestly could end up being the grand scheme of things anyway.
I was gonna say I would assume that's what they were like building up for Secret Wars, but
yeah, you know, like that really truly could be the grand scheme of things anyway. That Kang is
they recast Ant-Man's daughter,
but he's not truly the main actual villain. It will end up being Doom, and that could always been their plan.
Again, like it could have been like they were building this whole you know, Trinity phase, whatever they want to call it, 4, 5, and 6 could have all been leading towards Doom, with just Kang as the big bad for this, and then Doctor Doom could have been the big bad for her, you know, whatever the next series.
So he would be like a transitional champion, where he would be like the placeholder for the guy who's actually going to be the real big dog. So he's the guy who's holding the belt until the guy who we actually want to be the true guy is ready. So that's how I kind of look at it. But what did Dragon say? Dragon said something.
Oh, he was just saying that Ant-Man's daughter was also recast.
Okay, well there you go. That too, yeah. But
I don't know. I'm still pulling for Majors to play the character, for them to continue Kang as scripted, and for this whole last however many years to not be a waste of time with Kang. And then, but if they really feel like they have to get rid of Majors, keep the fucking character and just recast. That's all I'm saying.
I can agree with that. But it's what you said, you know, innocent until proven guilty, right? Yeah, that's not how it works anymore. You're guilty until you're proven innocent. That's how this world is now. I mean, let's call it what it is. That's exactly how this world is. And to be real, especially if you're a man, that's exactly how this world is. You are guilty until it's proven innocent. It is not innocent until proven guilty anymore. But I also, and I said it last week, and I'm gonna be consistent. I also agree with Marvel in the sense of, bro, like, of course, shit can happen, but all of our other big names, they ain't have any issues. Now you have these issues.
Now you got issues.
Now you got issues. And this
Namor
is exactly like we had all of our other big names, even the guys who you thought would have issues, they didn't have anything pop up. And now you're having this pop up, and now we got a case coming, and you're supposed to be one of our biggest faces. Yeah, you fucking us up. So I can understand, because if I'm one of those guys, I'm gonna be on his side, but at the same time, I'm like, yeah, man, this is bad, and we might have to replace you because it's business now. And if it's like I've always said, Dino becomes this big guy. He can't have me having issues.
Right,
you just can't do it. Like, that's not how that works. That's when you start to get replaced. So I understand Marvel. I do get it. But unfortunately, the world we in now is, like I said, man, it's guilty until proven innocent. It's bullshit. True. That's the world we're in. Allegations come up. They're going to believe that shit until it's 100. I mean, it can't even be like 90%. They got to be 100% proven that you ain't doing it.
Right. Yeah. But hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully it moves into a positive direction. But we'll see. That's just my 2 cents on the whole situation. You want to talk about? Let's move into to Prime. You want to talk about Invincible season 2, episode 1?
Did you want to talk about Jen first, or you want to talk about that first?
Oh, either one.
Yeah, I'm good with either one.
Next 2 things. Invincible, I thought started off with a really solid start. I really, I enjoyed the season opener. I'm excited to see what continues. We're obviously building some new supervillains going forward. Some super, super smart, scary supervillains. It was cool to see the other dimensions too, where Mark agreed with Omni-Man and was like his enforcer type thing. That was pretty crazy to see. And I'm sure that they will be let loose by this new supervillain. So we will just have to see. We'll just have to see what goes down. Cecil not trusting our universe's Mark. I like that because he's just like, I don't trust nobody right now, especially fucking Viltrumite.
Which makes sense, though. I mean, especially, with everything just happened, your father doing all this shit, and you're also same blood. You can do the same thing, knowing how powerful you can get at any way. Like, he can end up doing the same thing, and this time he might stay, and there's no one who can like stop him. Like, you're gonna be very worried, and you're trying to figure out what to do. I can agree with that.
Anything else from that episode? I mean, it was like, I feel like there's like a lot happened, especially with the twins, everything that they were building up, God, I forgot the name of the dude who like was trying to absorb all the information. What was his name again? You remember?
Damn, I can't think of his name either.
Yeah, it just slipped my mind. But like, I'm just excited to see what he starts doing, because I know he's about to start fucking shit up. Because now he's mad at Mark for messing up his process, when all he wanted to do was save like every universe, basically.
Right. I also really, I don't know, maybe does the art seem? It definitely seemed more crisp, doesn't it? Like, it seemed like a
little bit more money in the old budget.
Yeah. You can tell a little more money been put in there. So I was like, I like that. Even though the art style was fine to begin with, but I was like, I see a little upgrade here. That's nice. That's nice to see. No, but definitely to me, the coolest thing really was seeing the other Mark, where you're seeing like, this is the one that agreed and was like, you know what, Daddy right. Fuck these.
And they said in most other universes, Mark agrees, which was kind of surprising to hear that in most universes he agrees.
It wasn't too surprising because if you really break it down, Omni-Man had a lot of good points in the grand scheme of like, you're gonna live a lot longer than most of these people here. Like, I mean, pretty much all of them. These regular humans, you're gonna outlive them by, you're gonna outlive them by many, many years. You're gonna see many, many loved ones just get old and die, and you're gonna still be around, and you're gonna understand how, like, in the grand scheme of things, how insignificant these people's lives really are. Like, they don't live as long as we do. They don't have to make the decisions as long as we do. Like, and look at the decisions they make with their little lifespan, like wars and all these unnecessarily fights and all this other crap. And like, especially Mark's in the era now where he's in, our era with all the new technology and all this other stuff. And you still look at how, just looking at it in the grand scheme of things, look at how we use that technology and how to hurt and all the unnecessarily beefs and unnecessarily arguments and all that. And if you're just looking at that just logically, it's like, yeah, he's right. Like, these people should either be ruled or we should take over. Like, why should we not? Like, what have they shown that would say they're worth us sparing them in the grand? Like, no, we should just follow what the orders are. Like, I get it. I'm just saying I get it. Not saying it's necessarily right or wrong. I'm just saying I understand why a lot of the other Marks would be like, yeah, man, like, you know what, man, fuck that. Yeah, that's right.
I just wonder what went differently in this universe's Mark, where he was like, no. Like, what would, because there's got to be like one thing that just his moral compass was just like, no. Because I mean, in the other ones, obviously, like, he'd be pretty much the same, but certain events obviously have happened where he's just like, yeah, you know what, fuck it, let's just kill everybody.
It's like the butterfly effect. Something had to have happened. Something, like you said, one thing happened and it changed his whole perspective.
Right.
And I'm sure we're probably going to get that episode sooner than later. Like, I'm sure we're going to get something in on that. Like, I would be shocked if we don't. Like, I'm sure we'll get something in on that to kind of see what actually happened to make him go down that path.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that'd be interesting to see, just kind of like the differences in the life of Mark, where, one of them chooses Omni-Man side and the other one chooses to stand up to Omni-Man. So yeah, that'll be interesting for sure. I think this whole season is just going to be crazier and crazier. I'm excited to see everything that goes down. And yeah, I mean, just off to a great start with the episode. I was hoping that they were going to pull a double episode drop, but I did
too. I was actually shocked because everybody else seemed to do it, right? So I was actually like,
Prime is notorious for doing it. When they drop The Boys, they drop 3 episodes night one.
Right. So I mean, hey, they said not this time. We're gonna make y'all wait, motherfucker. So
yeah, exactly.
But I did gotta ask you though, if just real quick, if you was in Mark's shoes, which side would you choose?
I don't know. That'd be tough. I would probably choose
simple, evil, right? It's not as easy as to say no. I would stand up to him. It's not as simple, right?
I probably wouldn't have been a hero to begin with, though.
That's knowing you, you wouldn't be.
I'd be like,
but you're not gonna be like a villain, but no,
yeah, right. I'd just be on the slide making shit better for myself. Like under the radar, here and there, bust a bank vault, take some money, move out to where no one can bother me type shit.
Yeah, that's fair. You definitely wouldn't be like fucking Peter Parker and shit, No,
I ain't going out of my way to like help people.
Saving all these people for completely free too, while you struggling to pay rent.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, what? Nah. Peter's a simp for that shit. I don't know what the fuck's going on there. No, I'm just kidding. No, I would not just be like, working for free, trying to better the world, You know what I mean? I'd probably kill a couple politicians. Maybe unite the Bloods and the Crips. Maybe. Oh God! Okay. No. Maybe start an army of children, child soldiers.
How do we get here?
No, I'm just kidding. No, I mean, it would
Not.
be like, I wouldn't choose Earth. I can tell you that. If I was like sitting there honestly and just be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna live for thousands and thousands of years, yeah, like fuck these guys, kind of thing. Like it doesn't matter. Do what you're gonna do, and I'll just be over here.
Fair.
I don't know if I would necessarily help either, though. I don't know if I just go out there like the modern, Call of Duty, Modern Warfare, no Russian scene and just start slaughtering everybody in the airport type of thing either. I'm
Right.
not saying I'm just going to go out murdering everybody for fun, but
Right.
I don't think I would. I don't think I would really pick a side. Just let me eat some good food, let me drink some good drink, and chill out here.
Well, that's the thing, though, man. If you don't pick a side and it goes real bad, man, you're gonna lose out on all that good food and all that good stuff. That can happen.
If it goes bad for who?
Not for you, but I'm just saying, like, if things go bad and like the planet's about to get destroyed or some shit like that, will go that bad, then you're gonna lose all that food.
Well, now I got this information that there's other planets and societies out there. So guess where I'm going?
To one nest. Yeah, okay. That's fair.
I'm about to go see my friend who was played by Seth Rogen, Alan the Alien. Yeah, I'm about to see my Seth Rogen voiced friend, Alan, and be like, yo, man, where can I go where I could just chill and be peaceful? And they just point me in that correct direction.
That's fair. That's fair. So, yeah, there we go. We know what Dino would do now.
All right, and then the other Prime show, we have Gen V. The Gen V finale was spectacular.
I
really loved it. Oh my gosh, it was crazy. Everything went down.
More deaths, though. I expected more deaths from the main cast, so I was a little shocked on that. But
I think because they renewed for a season 2, and because they said it's playing so heavily into the next season of The Boys, which will then play heavily into season 2 of Gen V. That's why we didn't see mains drop. I think obviously with the split, with the bitch that could fucking control people, her now being looked at as the savior, even though she was the villain, I think that's going to be a good little twist.
And that's going to be soldiers that who's going to take over under his wing.
Mm-hmm. Vinyl Dragon says nothing happened. He is just wondering how the Panthers have had a single win, then didn't get a city parade to celebrate.
Yeah, that would have been awesome to celebrate that one win. It's because they realized they don't even have their fucking first round draft pick. That's why there was like, there's no celebration.
Yeah. No. Or Charlotte's not even showing up to those games. It's crazy.
Yeah, they don't even
get with Marie trying to stop everyone, she was starting to show that she knows how. Well, I don't necessarily know if she can control it to a T yet, but she was definitely showing more strength of her powers, blowing up a whole arm there. That was crazy.
I did love how she tried to do that speech and everything, but you can tell she was like struggling when she was fighting my man. It was going like invisible, basically. She was trying to. I love that. That was cool.
Homelander showing up at the end there, doing Homelander things. Yep, just straight laser beam to the tits.
To the chest.
Seems to be his new go-to. But that was crazy. I don't know, like, it's going to be interesting to see his politics behind why he did what he did.
Because he's going to recruit those kids. He's going to recruit the ones he know he can, and he's going to use those motherfuckers for his advantage. Right.
For sure. I'm just, where he was like, how dare you harm, when obviously he knew that they were also harming Soups, right? Then he says to them, how dare you harm Soups? That I think was a little, I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting. But I did expect him to not save the day. Like I knew when he showed up, I was like, it's just more bad news for everybody.
And of course, he shows up and he's like, seem like he's all calm. That's like the creepiest thing about him is when he can have that like calm, demeaning talk with you, but you know he's probably gonna fucking kill you.
Yep, I just rewatched the scene where he killed, or he didn't kill, but he incapacitated that Daredevil knockoff, where like he's just smiling and laughing with him, and then all of a sudden just fucking crushes his skull together. And that like that, yeah, what exactly like how you said, where he's just like it seems like nothing could be going wrong. He's just talking to you, and then all like just like that fucking psycho switch turns, and Homelander's just like fuck you. And it's like that's where like people were saying who is more evil, Omni-Man or Homelander, and I was like, well, Omni-Man had a mission, so like. I don't know if he's necessarily evil. He's just following his people's, shit. And even though he like killed the team he was allegedly working with, but he never was working with them. He was always alone.
Right.
And
he
I mean, this is just what we've seen so far.
Mainly until he had to prove a point to Mark.
Right. But Homelander, I feel like he goes out of his way to enjoy torturing people.
Yes.
Where while Omni-Man is just like almost like how Battle Beast was like, you guys are beneath me, this isn't worth it.
You're not worth the challenge, yeah.
Right. Omni-Man is kind of in that same headspace where it's just like, you're not really like it doesn't matter. Like you guys really aren't anything to me. Like he calls the wife of 20 years a pet. And like everyone else is basically like insects to him because it's like, bro, I lived for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. You're here for 70.
Right. And remember, he only took out that team because they would have been the one who could potentially stop him or get in his way. So it was like, I gotta kill them.
Yeah, that's the first move. I gotta stop them. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta stop them. Where if I'm trying to take over, I need to do this. Where with Homelander, he's evil. Where it's like he's gonna kill innocent. Like if you have the same scene plays out with Omni-Man in the plane, that plane situation where Homeland's just like, man, well, fuck this. I'm not even gonna even try. Like Omni-Man would probably still try to figure out a better way to save them, or he's not. His first mindset isn't who cares. I gotta get the fuck out of here for my life. Like that's not his first mindset. Like he don't even care about the publicity part of it. Where Homelander didn't care about their lives whatsoever. And it's just like, no, they can just die. I don't want to look bad. Like, that's a guy he's evil. He doesn't give a fuck. He'll kill just to kill, just for the fun of it. Like you said, just for the thrill of it. Or just because.
Yeah, I mean, Homelander was also super reckless with how he took out the terrorists that were on that flight, which was what caused the plane to go down to begin with.
Omni-Man was smarter than that.
And then when geez, I almost called her Wonder Woman. When fucking what's her face?
I mean, she is the Wonder Woman knockoff now.
See, I know she is the Wonder Woman. Like, I don't know why I'm not remembering it. Queen Maeve. When Queen Maeve was like, "Why don't you just like help guide this plane or land it?" And he was just like, "No." He's like, "How heavy this is?" I'm like, "Wait, I thought Homelander could definitely do that, no problem." And then she's like,
"I think his thing was that he can't get a grip on it. Like he would have a problem getting a good grip on it."
Right.
Which
and then when she was like, or fly them down, and he's like, how? Like just, so they can drown in the ocean? I'm not flying back and forth to the mainland that fast. Which that could possibly be like he wouldn't be able to do it fast enough where he would only save some of them. But the fact that he didn't even try to save any of them.
And see, and even with that, when you listen, and that's another reason why every time I hear anybody's like, well, who will win between Omni-Man and Homelander, I'm just laughing my ass off. Like, do you not see their feats?
Right.
Like, this is a dude who's concerned that he can't control a plane. Do you not understand how powerful Omni-Man is? Like,
so
you don't compare Homelander to fucking Superman. He's not as strong. Like, you would compare more Omni-Man to Superman than Homelander. Homelander is just a bigger threat in terms of just how insane he is, but not in terms of power.
True. Yeah, Homelander is scariest when they back him up into a corner when he's afraid that he's going to lose his power status more than anything. I think he is a little bit scared of death too, like in the grand scheme
Of course,
of things.
yeah.
But who has he gone up against before Soldier Boy that has really been a problem? Omni-Man had to kill everyone on his planet that was basically Omni-Man.
Yeah,
he didn't kill everyone on his planet, but he killed a lot of people that were on his planet. That'd be like Superman having to kill a whole bunch of Superman.
Right. It's like if you switch their roles and you put Omni-Man in that, you put Homelander in a situation where he had to fight that team. You think he's winning? Hell no.
No.
He's getting crushed. Like, it's not even a fight. He's gonna lose.
Right.
Like, they're in two different categories when it comes to like power and feats and ability. But when you look at their world, Homelander is a threat. I mean, he's the biggest threat right now. He's the scariest thing. He's the boogeyman out this motherfucker.
Vinyl Dragon is making his old jokes of the night already. He said, James, you're starting to forget you didn't take your Centrum 50 plus today. Thank you, sir. I almost forgot to take my medicine.
Good to have that reminder every here and there.
Yeah, appreciate that. Yes, so Gen V, awesome. That great after credit, or I guess mid credits, after credits, whatever you want to call it, where Butcher shows up in the woods. Well, guess what, bitches? Butcher now knows about the virus that they've been working on. Newman killed the only person who could recreate the virus, and she knows about the virus. So she knows about the virus, and Butcher knows about the virus, and I guess Mallory knows about the virus because they told her before she died. That one bitch told her before she died. Mm-hmm. So they're the only three now that know about the virus. I guess besides Marie, well, they're all locked in a cell, but the Gen V students that knew, Marie and her little gang, know somewhat of it, right? They know a small piece.
Yeah. They know something.
But
which
Mallory,
you can still make an argument that it was like I still do personally think those kids will eventually. I'm with you. I do think they're going to get, like, I don't know if you think they're going to this guy, but I do think they're going to get killed eventually.
Oh, for sure.
But I do think, like, again, like you said, because it's season 2, the renewal, all that stuff. Yeah, okay, I got that. But it's definitely a mistake on Homelander's part for even letting them live.
Yeah, I think they're going to try to pin something against them, make them like public enemies, and then maybe try to kill them or something like that. I think maybe that's what his plan was. So obviously they're going to be put that whatever cell they're in is going to be a power dampening cell, so they're not going to be able to use whatever, and so I think it's going to come down to Butcher. Butcher and Mallory are going to have to come through. And, Butcher's going to want to go fucking crazy with this virus. He's just going to be like, fuck everybody. Let's just fucking start infecting people now and see where we can go with it. And Mallory, of course, is probably going to be like, you don't know what you're unleashing. How is this? Right. This might mutate and start affecting, non-soups, which could be a problem. I mean, because it is a virus and viruses mutate, so you never know what's going to happen going forward with this shit. But I am very excited, and Prime also released a couple of posters for The Boys Season 4 that just said 2024. So it looks like we are starting to get into that part of where they're going to maybe start giving us a trailer or teaser or something in the next coming months, and we're for sure getting a season next year.
Yeah, no doubt. So good stuff.
Oh yeah,
good way to end it.
Oh yeah, no, I'm so excited for more. It definitely made me want more, which is perfect. I like how it's tying together and how now they're saying that the season of The Boys is going to tie back into the next season of Gen V. So I'm liking how everything's kind of going together.
Same.
All right, let's see. Last bit of news that I had, two things. One, What If Season 2 is dropping next month. whatever.
Yeah.
And Nintendo announced that a live action Zelda movie is in the works. Now
Yes,
that could
Dragon.
be exciting.
He showed me that, and I was like, "Yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting." I'm not the biggest Zelda fan. I don't dislike Zelda. I just don't care too much for it. But it's good. It's gonna be interesting though. A live action got Link out there. Have Zelda. It's gonna be interesting to see.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the creatures. I wonder what storyline they're going to go after.
Yes, tons of
But
good ones you can use.
there's tons of good ones. Tons of good ones that they could use. So, with the success of the Mario movie, I am a little surprised that it's live action. I'm not going to lie. I thought that maybe they would probably continue with this animated route that they were doing. So it is a surprise to me that it's going to be live action, but doesn't mean it's not going to be good. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah,
I'm also surprised that it's a movie and not a series.
Well, I guess
Zelda
because
could
of
definitely
Mario,
be a
because
series.
of the Sonic, I'm not too shocked with Sonic and Mario. Yeah, they probably want to kind of try to keep that going.
Yeah, okay. I guess. It still would have done very well as a series, I think.
Oh, I think it would have gone great as a series, yeah.
For sure. All right, so we got 2 trailers to
Okay.
do, and then that's pretty much going to be it, unless you got anything else.
Nah, that'll be pretty much it. What we got? What's our trailers?
All right, so the first trailer that we got 2 trailers. One trailer is going to be Echo, and the other trailer is going to be for Ghostbusters. Have you seen either of these?
Ghostbusters!
Have you seen either of the trailers?
I have not seen either one.
Oh, I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised by Echo. So let's start with that one.
Okay.
All right, let's see. Echo.
It's going to start off with Kingpin just getting kicked in the dick over and over.
Yes. You think I'm joking?
Oh,
All right, ready?
Wait. Yeah, I'm ready, actually.
Maya. I see everything that you are. I always have. Don't be afraid. You have so much pain in you. You. So much rage. That you can't contain it. You and I are the same. So, who's the monster?
There you go.
That wasn't bad. A lot of good Kingpin. I mean, God knows, Kingpin's such an awesome villain, man. I mean, he's had so many great moments in comics and everything. Even some of the shit that happened between him and his son, the decisions he had to make on that. I mean, Kingpin is just a great fucking villain, man. Who just man, I wish he was doing way more in the MCU.
Yeah, it's I think that this is gonna put. Okay, so first of all, that might have been a slightly more edit. I did actually see this trailer before. That might have been a slightly reduced, edited trailer because it was on YouTube. I think I might have seen a Red Band trailer, but there was a lot more like blood and guts, especially when that dude put the gun up against his head. The back of his head fucking exploded out. So I think it's going to be a lot bloodier. It does have a TV MA rating for sure. And Daredevil is confirmed to show up. Obviously, Kingpin is in this one. Echo, and I think it's going to be a gritty, like, back to those first few Marvel shows, like Daredevil and Punisher, and I mean even Jessica Jones and Luke Cage to a certain point, where it was like, you know, there was a lot of hype for that shit. And I mean, leading into the Daredevil Born Again series, where we know it's got to be an R-rated type story. The fact that Echo is TVMA or R-rated, basically, that's a promising thing for Daredevil being R-rated. That's a promising thing for the next Punisher thing to be R-rated. You know what I mean? So I was surprised by this trailer, dude. Like, I was like, damn, we've been talking some mad shit about Echo and how it was like, it was whatever to even see her before. But now, you know,
that was a good trailer.
I'm digging it. Yeah.
Makes you watch the show.
I'm digging it. Exactly. Exactly.
Yep.
So I'm for that. If they continue that same energy, that same vibe, then I'm for it. Vinyl Dragon says, I just took a peek at the local Regal showings for Marvels tomorrow. Not one showing is more than half full, and the 10 p.m. showing only one ticket sold.
That's not shocking.
And then he says, I'm still ready to go work for Kingpin. Yeah, he texted me. He was like, I want to work for Kingpin. I was like, bro, if you fuck up one time, you're done.
Yeah, you don't want to work.
Just one mistake. I was like, I don't want to work for Kingpin. That dude in the Daredevil show where he just fucking takes one of his workers because he's angry. You didn't even have to mess up. You were just standing there. And he takes him, puts his head into the car door, and slams the car door like 16 times till it's just mush.
Just so you can let off some steam.
Yeah, just to vent a little bit.
So the only way you don't experience that, you have to be one of his top dogs. I mean, you have to basically be some superpowered guy. And it's not like because he fears you. No. It's because you are useful. But if you're just some regular grunt who does a good job, if you're around when he's angry, he just might kill you. Because you're replaceable. So no, I would not want to work for him.
Yeah. No, thank you.
Again, even if I am some superpowered guy, he could still try to kill me if I don't get the job done. So again, no, I don't want to work for him.
Yeah, for sure. He's Kingpin has always been like, I mean, he's the Kingpin. You know, his
business first to the highest of level.
Oh yeah, for sure.
There's certain people you don't want to work for, like the Joker. You would never want to work for the Joker.
Yeah. No, definitely not want to work with Joker either. But yeah, it looks like maybe they're going back to not chopping my man out like they did in Hawkeye. So I'm for that.
Chopping his ass out, yeah.
Yeah, I swear to God, if Hawkeye shows up in this Echo series, it better just to get her head fucking smashed in on some revenge type shit. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree with that. But no, that actually did look good, and I'm actually makes you want to watch it and get excited to actually see what happens. So yeah, I'm actually looking forward to see what goes down, and that's how.
When does that drop?
Did it? I don't think it said, did it?
Marvel drop. Echo releases. Will Echo be on Disney Plus? Echo. Damn. When is the Echo release? Why will it not tell me?
Oh, maybe they don't have an official release date. I don't know.
January 10th is the.
Okay, January. Okay.
There we go. I was like, God damn, why will not tell me? All right, January 10th is going to be back. Is for Echo. So I'm excited. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Final says, "Will I mention my intimidation tactics?" Yes.
Yeah.
Very intimidating. I am intimidated over here right now.
I'm not. Black Santa's never intimidated, but I think the Kingpin might be that way too. I don't think he's going to be intimidated, my friend. I don't know. Hey, like you said, man, he could be just, I don't know, man. I don't know. He might be so skilled, you could stand still, eat some chips, and never be seen,
I'm moving so slow. You cannot see me. Oh, I love that scene so
I
much.
do too.
All right, so now we got the trailer for Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. Exactly. Well, let's go ahead and see. I think this just dropped this morning, so I definitely have not seen this one yet. Oops.
I'm telling you, it's going to be another hot one out there. In fact, there are heat alerts in effect for New Jersey, feeling like 100 degrees.
What is that?
Calm down, people. It could be Black Aquaman.
Sub-Zero.
For the first time in New York history, people froze to death in the middle of July.
What is it?
The death chill. The power to kill by fear itself. Your veins turn to rivers of ice. Your bones crack.
No shit, it is Sub-Zero.
As your own tear ducts freezing up.
Like, literally scared to death? So cool.
All right.
Okay. Coming soon.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not impressed.
Not at all. I mean,
I've never been like super into Ghostbusters though. Like
me neither.
some people
Me
really
neither.
love the franchise and great for them, but I mean, first one was all right, I guess, but you know, whatever. Never got
That one
the
with the
appeal.
chicks came out, and that was horrible.
I mean, they had two, then they had the one with the chicks, yeah, and you know, now they got this one coming. I don't know. It could be good. Paul Rudd, Patton Oswalt.
I'm not going to see that. So
yeah, no, I'll definitely wait for that one to hit streaming.
Yeah.
Final Dragon says
I still don't care.
I was expecting Arnold Schwarzenegger back in his Mr. Freeze costume.
Now that would have got me to say, you know what? I will watch it when it gets streaming. Yeah. But
Just
that didn't happen.
making 500,000 more cold puns like you did in that fucking Batman and Robin. Oh my god.
Hey man, that made it even better. And that
Did
movie
it?
sucked. But that made it good. That was hilarious.
Did it make it better? Did it?
It made it better. If he didn't do it, it would have been even worse.
Mm.
So if you didn't have Arnold doing that, do you think the movie would be better?
No, I think that movie
All right.
had so many problems
Yeah, that movie sucked.
as it was. There was no saving that movie.
No, not whatsoever. Not at all. But yeah, I'm with you. I don't really care too much for the Ghostbuster stuff. But hey, there's a lot of Ghostbuster fans who's gonna be excited.
Final Dragon says, bro, how could you? Ghostbusters was the shit. Maybe you just had to grow up in that era. Oh, burn. Pew, pew, pew. Got him back, finally. It's been a while.
He's got him back finally.
Been a minute since I got him with an old joke.
Yeah.
Shit, that's funny. Yeah, no, I mean, like, I'm not saying it's a bad movie. I'm just like, I've never been super into Ghostbusters.
Yeah, same.
You know, like, just like the rest of Bill Murray's movies, really, like Groundhog Day, and yeah.
That's literally it. Yeah.
No. He had like, it was just, he was always just like, yeah, he's funny and like, you know, whatever. But I've never been like super into Bill Murray shit. So
Yeah.
Hmm.
I feel you. I mean, for me, it's just, again, I'm just not really too into the Ghostbuster stuff. I mean, again, I'm as people who love it, and that's awesome, but not me. So, I hope it does well. I do hope it do well because, I mean, it'd be good for definitely people who love it so they can get more. But again, I have no interest in watching that whatsoever.
yeah. Oh, it wasn't Groundhog Day. It was Caddyshack. I'm sorry. Oh, he was in Groundhog Day too. Yeah, no, I was right. Okay, I was like, damn. Yeah, okay, all right. So Caddyshack was pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie, Caddyshack was all right. But the other ones, man, like, I don't know. He was just like, he always did the same type of thing. I guess it was my thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Let's see. Well, Vinyl Dragon says one more. We literally went to get our money back at the end of Batman and Robin. Oh shit. He was great in Scrooged. I don't know if I've seen that one, to be honest with you. All right, but I think we're pretty much there for this week. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll see you guys next Wednesday, 9 p.m. Again, we appreciate y'all hanging out with us, dropping some comments and shit. Hit that like button for us, and we will catch you next week. As always, stay villainous and